Alright, continuing on. Lane positioning. Lane choice. If you're on just a two-way road, your lane position, if there's no one else on your side of the road, the center lane is usually the best position. You're in the center. It gives you room to move either left or right while still staying in that lane. If it's raining out though, usually you want to stay just off to the left or right side of the center strip. Oil and other stuff builds up in the center. If there's traffic, usually you want to be on the left portion of your lane. Trying to find a good picture of it. But if there's like a vehicle ahead of you and there's other traffic, you want to stay in like the left portion of the lane. It keeps you in the mirror, the rear view mirrors of the driver ahead of you. It also allows you to look ahead of that vehicle. So if vehicles stop quickly and the guy in front of you isn't paying attention, that would give you extra time to react. Also, if there's debris in the middle of the road, you're off to the side and you won't be hitting that. Usually you want to ride where the vehicle's tires are in line with, if that makes sense. Most people don't want to be running over dead animals, debris, so by staying in the line that their tires are, should keep you out of that stuff. You still want to be watching the road though. They might not see stuff, so also if another vehicle with, like, say, a wide load's coming, sometimes I'll go to either the middle or the right side of my lane to give them enough room. You don't want something flying off and hitting you, so that gives you some space. Sometimes if there's a road on the right intersection that's not a doesn't have a traffic signal or a stop for your lane, I'll move to the center or right just so I'm visible to them if you're behind a large vehicle. That way they see you. You want to stay visible. You also want to look out for other cars that will be entering your lane. Now if you're on a multiple lane road, say a highway, the best position is usually the center, even with traffic, especially if it's, say, 3 lanes wide and you're in the center of those 3 lanes. That gives you space on either side of your lane to maneuver. Also, if someone tries merging in your lane, that'll give you some room, give you distance between you and the other vehicle. I always try and stay so I'm not parallel right next to a vehicle. So if I'm in my lane, I try and stay staggered with other vehicles. That way if I have to maneuver or someone else is turning, I'm out of their way, out of their blind spot, hopefully. You can be right next to a vehicle and they might not even see you. So they tell you to follow the 2-second following distance rule. Have a 4-second immediate path distance and a 12-second anticipated path distance. 2-second would be between you and the other vehicle. You want to have about a 2-second distance between you and them. 4-second immediate path would be you're looking out and you're looking at like 4 seconds worth of any potential road hazards, and 12-second anticipated path, you're looking farther down the road for any maybe construction, accidents ahead, intersections ahead. Give yourself enough time to react and figure out what hazards are ahead, and also time to think about what you're gonna do. If you're coming up to an intersection, you want to think about if other cars don't stop, whether it's a traffic light or just a stop sign. What are you gonna do? You want to have enough time to brake or maneuver out of their way. You could have someone pulling in from your right into your lane going the same direction. You could have someone in the opposite lane turning left into your lane. And so you just want to look ahead, prepare yourself, think about what if, and you just want to stay safety conscious. You also have that goes along with that your stopping distance. You got your perception distance, which is the distance traveled from the time something is present until you see it. Reaction distance, distance traveled from the time you see a hazard to when you actually apply the brakes. And the braking distance, which is the travel time from when the brakes have been applied. All of that factors in. So perception would be you see a hazard ahead of you. Reaction would be the time it takes for you to react and apply the brakes from when you first see it. And the braking distance is how long it takes you from applying the brakes to being fully stopped. All that affects total stopping distance. So again, you want to leave yourself enough space when you can. So you have enough stopping time and whatnot. When you're on the road, you want to be visible. You want to wear brightly colored clothing or lighter clothing. You want to stay away from black, dark gray. Try and look for, yellow, red, green, lighter colored clothing and bikes. Stay as visible as you can. That way other drivers see you. Always ride with your headlight on, even during the daytime. The headlight should always be on all the time anyway. Make sure you use your turn signals even if no one else is around. That way you stay in the habit of using your turn signals. when you use them and you make your turn or merge into another lane, make sure you turn the turn signal back off if your bike does not have the auto off canceling feature. Your brake light, flashing brake light is more visible than a steady one, so if you're braking for stops, they say flash your brake light a couple times, gets the other drivers aware that you're stopping. Maybe they were turned away when you put the brakes on and they don't realize your light's on. Having it blink will get their reaction or attention more. But if you're coming to an emergency stop, just put both brakes on. You always want to gently squeeze the brakes. You never want to just quickly grab them. That's that part. Let's see. Another part is mental processing. They have one good strategy is to use SEE, S-E-E. That acronym stands for search, evaluate, and execute. You want to search and look for potential factors, hazards. It allows you to make decisions based on what you see. You want to look to areas that are, maybe there's a large vehicle ahead that's parked off to the side, but there's also a intersection or road ahead of that vehicle. There could be cars behind it that you don't see. You want to think about if there's a car there that doesn't see you, do you have enough time to stop or move? You want to check your mirrors often. Check your blind spots, when you're turning. Always turn your head. Make sure there are no cars. There might be a car to your side that's not in your mirror, or you might not, that allows you to make sure there's no vehicles there. But if you're on a highway, check your blind spots periodically just to make sure a vehicle hasn't crept up to your side. Let's see. Evaluate. You want to anticipate problems. You want to figure out how factors can accumulate and interact to form a hazard or conflict. You want to predict the worst to get the best results. Basically, you want to predict the worst that could happen, so you're prepared for that. Consider what if. You want to separate hazards before they could become a real dangerous situation. Another thing of risk management is and to figure out your time and space requirements. You want to recognize your capabilities and limitations. Recognize the capabilities and limitations of your motorcycle and the traffic and weather conditions. If you don't feel I mean, you want to stay within your limitations. You want to know your limitations of your motorcycle. Just stay safe, and you know, the different roadways, whether it be asphalt, cement, gravel, also the weather, if it's raining out. You want to think of all of that, and stay within those limitations areas, I guess, to keep yourself safe. And I think I'm out of time for this video, and I will see you again in the next one, and we'll continue on.